Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi and hello to all of my lovelies, my beauties, my royalties. Yeah, let's just say take that deep breath. Who God knows, yeah, baby Jesus, black baby Jesus, knows I've really been needing to take a lot of deep breaths. The last couple of days have been pretty rough. And the funny thing is, I haven't cried. I'm a very, very emotional person, but I think I'm so pissed off and upset and livid because of his immaturity and how he did it. Some people are like, oh, no, but he wanted to. No, 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 no. When you have a disability, and especially when, like, he had all of the control and power, and he knows how hard I've been working on my business and how I've been trying to afford different things, and then also with my physical therapy, saving for equipment and just so many different items. So he knows how my money situation is, because once he told me he was breaking up with me, I want to get out and just call an Uber to take me home. But it's like I have been like trying to, like, yeah, and right behind me is my sample candle. It's like I am so close to starting, and oh my gosh, I'm going to be talking about this, and I was supposed to get the first episode up, but I had to delete it because so many things have changed, because he was supposed to have worked on my website. So I was even like planning on, since yeah, after 6 months I kind of gave up, and but I was going to ask him, oh, I have an idea. It's like each week you want to sit down and talk about like our plans for the website, and each week we just do a little bit, and so that can be part of my episode where I show the updates of how we are coming up and how we're developing the website. But none of that, and no more of that. And the other funny, like, sometimes I wonder, it's like I just listened to this one interesting video about how people hate bubbly black women and very cheerful black women because they think they're acting white and stuff like that. Like, because he gave me no reason. He said he doesn't know. Like, if you're going to break up with somebody, have a reason. Okay, have a reason. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. And also be excited, be happy. Don't you dare cry. Don't you dare get emotional. Because you know this fool got emotional what after he dropped me off back to the house. He got him because I told him, you should have called me or texted me that it was over. Don't waste my time. It's like, what, like, and if he knew he was gonna break up with me on that day, like, no, don't, like, I'm getting ready, like, it was supposed to be date night. It was supposed to be date night. So I'm all getting ready, and it's like the one of the first days of beautiful weather in the area of our, like, out of all of our like date nights, it's always been snow or rainy or cold or just bad weather. This was like literally like the first day of nice weather. And so I was so excited. And so I had an outfit to celebrate the nice weather. And it still sickens me when I was getting out the vehicle. He had the nerve to say, wow, you look beautiful today, or wow, you look good. And I shook my head, like, I'm like, don't you even dare. Don't you even dare. But he says he doesn't have a reason why he broke up with me. Like, he was like, I don't know. And when I say, like, I poured into our relationship, I try to make sure that I gave you your time, your space. I listened to you, and I try to make sure that I wasn't interfering in your boundaries of how you want your life to be, especially after, divorcing his ex-wife and stuff like that. And then, like, after I was done, like, saying, like, can, like, these are the things I tried to do. What did I do wrong? He was like, I don't know, but continue doing that. No, like, no. Because, like, out of all the things that I do, it's like I thought that was the one thing that I should keep doing. Because with Mr. No Heart and with that, like, I try to be my genuine self and I try to give them their space. I try to figure out, like, okay, what's best for them or how, like, because I'm like, okay, if you respect my space, I respect your space. If if you need support or to talk or to vent, and it's like, yo, each week we could plan that throughout the week, then cool. And with Mr. Spider, we did that. So yeah. And oh, he told, like, because when he first said he was gonna breaking up with me, he kept getting silent because I'm like, okay, okay, so, and that's like, okay, if you're gonna go and pick up somebody and you're planning on breaking up with them, and then you go and drive them to a place they've never been to, okay, especially with a disability and everything like that, it's like, you know what? No, that doesn't feel safe. And two, you keep, like, he was just quiet. He, like, refused, like, I had to start the conversation. And so part of me, I'm just like, if you have nothing else to say, take me home. I had to say, take me home several times. Several times. I had to say, take me home. And he would just get quiet. He wouldn't want to say anything. And so then I was like, okay, don't worry. Once I get home, I'm going to block you on everything. I'm going to make sure I give you your space. I was like, I'm not one of those. I was like if you break up with me, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's make sure we don't speak to each other. I'm not going to, like, I don't want to know anything about your life. And I'm kind of thankful that I never, like, because I wasn't playing, like, with me. I, like, if someone has kids, I try to wait at least 3 to 6 months. So yeah, perfect. Yeah, before I meet them, because I know how much that can be, like, how confusing that can be for kids, and especially with the relation, his ex-wife and their environment and like the stuff. Yeah, I wonder about those kids. I do. I do. And that, well, yeah, I'm just gonna stay right there with that. But I'm blessed that I never met those children. I'm happy I never met those children. If I knew that he was going to do something so ridiculous, because when I told him, you could have just called me. You could have just called me, texted me, whatever. I was like, that would have been fine. I would have been like, oh, okay, you're breaking up with me? Okay, hang up, work on my projects. But no, he kept saying, he kept thinking about his image. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, you're dealing with another human being, okay? You're dealing with another human being and their emotions, their heart, their minds, their mental health. Because right now, I keep thinking about what my mom said. As long as you walk like that, no one's ever going to want you, love you, or marry you. Okay. And he had no reason. I know he has a reason, but he's just too embarrassed, stupid, or ignorant to be able to say it. He's not brave enough. He's not man enough to say what that reason is. Yeah. He's not mature enough. Because, oh, he tried to blame it on, well, I never really got to date. Because with his ex wife, like, his ex wife cheated on her first husband with him. And yeah, that's how they ended up getting together and getting married or whatever. And that was his first kiss and stuff like that. That was like, so yeah, it's like, okay, he didn't get a chance to date, but you watch TV, like, you're like, okay. And I'm not saying dating is perfect. I like, 'cause a lot of the dating is toxic or whatever, but it's like you don't pay attention to even how, like the characters are, or it's like, I know you, like, you didn't really have a chance to have many friends. I don't know. It's just, I understand, but at the same time, I don't understand, because he uses AI for everything. Everything. He didn't ask AI how, like, okay, I'm in this situation. I'm too scared or not man enough to tell her why I want to close this relationship. how do you think I should do it? Because with what he did, it was awful. It was terrible. And yeah, each time he kept talking about himself, how he was going to feel, how he, like, no, if you're going to close or like, respect me. He didn't respect me. And he can never lie and say he did. He did not respect me. Because even, like, he didn't tell me before we got into the car, we have something to talk about. He pretended, he acted, he played a role. Like, okay, yeah, date night, blah, 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 blah. Like, he was just acting like any and every day, whatever. And to me, I'm just like, if you're that chicken, if you're that much of scum, you shouldn't be dating in the first place. Or you need to go beg your ex-wife, who's now she's married to the backup plan. Now you need to go and ask her if you can now be the new backup plan. Because if you don't know how to deal with this, no, don't, no, no, no. And so, yeah, because now that I have to re-record my first business, I'm gonna kind of tell you guys some ideas, because especially, like, and I don't know how my business is gonna turn out. It might fail. I don't know. But I know with my education, with my ideas and my skills and things like that, and whenever I make something, a product or whatever, like, everyone I show, they're like, you made this? This looks professional. This looks beautiful. This looks amazing. So I know I have quality items. I know I have quality goods. I know I have it in me to do this by myself. But with the wet, like, since he went to school for making websites, I was like, I thought if he made my website, he can not only put it on his resume, but then I'll treat it like, I was like, you know what? I'll treat it like an internship. You can add an internship to your resume and everything, because it's like you're going to be building it from scratch. And even with different funnels and different, like, just key things that I would need, and you'd be catering it for me and stuff. And it's like he was like, yeah, that'd be great, that would be perfect. He did not, like, we discussed this in January. He did not do one single thing. And so I thought, like, and he told me a little of his excuses or whatever. And but then he was getting me so nervous that part of me is like, because yeah, that's one reason why I'm like, I might fail or whatever, because he put some doubt in me. Because, like, he kept, like, because I've mentioned in one of the last videos, we had gold nights. He kind of slowed down with the, like, because I would be like, oh, what goals are we going to work on today? What goals are we going to work on today? And he would even tell me how, in with his ex-wife, all they did was watch TV. But then it was to a point where it felt like all he wanted to do was watch TV instead of working on our goals. Because I'd be like, oh, like, I would be up in my room, and, like, after we would eat, it's like, I'd be like, oh, okay, these are some of the things I'm working on. And look at this scent. And even, like, while going to his house for the date, because we rotated each week or whatever. And I would tell him, like, oh yeah, I'm working on this theme, this scent, and I'm thinking of doing this, and I need to create the colors and blah, like. But when I'm talking about it, he kind of looks like he's lost, like he doesn't really want to discuss it. He doesn't really want to care. And so yes, that should have been a red flag, but I thought maybe it was just something mentally, like, I thought, okay, maybe, like, with all the stress he's going through, maybe he just doesn't, he needs a break. He needs some air or whatever. So I'm like, okay, okay. So I started talking about it less. And then, like, when he was over at my house, I would be wanting to work on goals, but then, yeah, he'd want to fall asleep. He'd want to go to sleep. And But I understood because I'm like, okay, with your job and with the other stuff that you do, like you're exhausted, you're tired. I understand this. And so, yeah, yeah. So I should have, I don't know. It's just, and I'm starting to realize like men really don't want women to accomplish much. Because when I think about each relationship, with Lakaki, he threatened to punch holes in the walls. He threatened me so many times. He stole my textbooks or stole and hid or he hid my textbooks. There was one time I was screaming and crying and because I like he hid one of my books and I had to buy another copy of it, but I had a test and it didn't come in time. And yeah, I failed that test so badly. And I'm crying and crying. And he this is when I knew he did not want me to pass. You already have a master's. You don't need another one. You're just gonna try to make me look dumb. Just gonna try to make me look stupid, and you're just gonna blah 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 like all this other. And I'm just like, okay, you bragged about it. You bragged about me getting my second master's until like because we weren't supposed to date. Go back and catch up. But yeah, we were never supposed to date. But he blackmailed me. He literally trauma and this is why I say I've been through so much trauma in dating, and so for him to break up with me this way, especially like it's car related, like 'cause I don't know, like now I have another item to add to being in a car while something toxic is happening with a guy. Yeah, so go catch up. But yeah, but oh yeah, like because even lock a key, every time I would show him one of the items I was working on, oh, I can do better. Oh, oh, why are you doing that? Why are you wasting your time? Oh, you want to start a business? Then he begs me to start a business that he specializes in. But then, like 6 months later, oh, yeah, 6 months, like he comes into the kitchen while I'm making breakfast and he tells me we're done, the business is over. But then he didn't pay me a dime, didn't pay me a penny, not one little red cent back. I spent like, because his credit score and everything was so low, it was tacky, terrible, despicable. And so he was like, oh yeah, don't worry, when we start making money, once we start profiting and everything, it's like we're gonna pay you back first and everything, but then we're gonna make so much money, then you're gonna be able to start your other businesses, because that's like that, like he planned in his head how to convince me. And he was like, you want to start these other businesses? And yeah, you taught me about multi-stream, because yeah, it's like with my teachings or with the books and lessons and everything, I like sometimes I would tell him about my plans and my businesses and how I have everything laid out or whatever. And so he yeah, he paid attention when it benefited him. And so that's how he convinced me. But then, yeah, and he was just like, you'll be able to start your other businesses, and oh, you're going to pay off all your student loans, and you're going to be able to buy a house. You've been wanting to buy a house, you're saving for that. And look at your credit score. It's like, yeah, it's going to be amazing. And also the garbage, all of this other garbage. But yeah, this fool. And I've dated other men. If it's either me or grad school, you can't have both because I don't want a smart woman. Do you know how many times men have told me they don't want a smart woman? Do you know, like, even after I broke up with Mr. like No Heart, how many men lost interest in me because they're just like, oh, you're smart. Oh, you think a lot. Oh, you're too, like, even some, like, you're too creative. Like, Mr. Tomas. Yeah, he broke up with me because of my children's books. And it's like, whenever, like, sometimes when I'm on in like Reddit or whatever, and I see some dating things, so I give my point of view with dating or whatever. It's like so many times the men are trash me. Oh, yeah, you say men don't like you because of your brains or because your projects or because like blah blah blah. I doubt that. Oh, you must be a selfish, snotty, stuck up, blah blah blah. Oh, you must be. And I'm just like, hmm, all right. Wow. It's like you don't know my story, but now you're trying to tell me my story. Okay. All right. Whatever. Whatever. But now I'm kind of wondering, is it because of that? Because over the last month or two, it's like 'cause I already had like a lot of things created and done for like, but I mean, not finalized, but a lot of the steps. I'm like, okay, let me get this and this. Okay, I gotta start creating this. And what are gonna be my first 5 or 6 key fragrances and things? And like, how can I like? I'll talk about this more on the other channel or whatever, but it's like the last month and a half though, I have been going hardcore and ordering all of the supplies. I made like I said, the sample that I have is right behind me. I'm letting it cure and stuff like that. Cause at first, like the first day, like when it was first made, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's strong enough. It's like I love the fragrance because oh, when I made the oil, because I let the oil cure first too. I was like, oh my God. Because like I made a sample of it in November and I really, really liked it. But I was like, I think it could be better. But babies, ooh, babies, it's good. It is amazing. I love it now. But I'm letting it cure. And so, yeah, it's, but yeah, I've been working on that and also different ways I can get grant money and it's like the different licenses and the different things I'm going like I need to work on the labels and now the website. So because yeah, I didn't have the website on my to-do list because I was like, oh, it's like because I was like, I'll. Well, no, the website was, but it wasn't because not to make it, but I wrote notes and I had like a list of things to give him once he was ready to start working on it. Of look, oh, I like this part of this website, and look at this website. I like how they have the items in this way, and is there a way that we can plan this or do this and yada 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 whatever. And so, um, yeah, yeah, I've learned a lot of how not to trust men. I keep, like, I don't know, I keep trust because every man is like, I'm not like other men, but then they are. It's like, and it's like men, we want to trust you. We try to trust you, but then you keep showing us that you are not worthy of trust. And there might be some women like this, but I've only dated men. And I know there's some absolutely awful, terrible, crazy, despicable women out there, just like his ex wife. Yes, I said it. Because that's one of the last things that really gets on my nerves. And you know what? I might wait to talk about this more. I might, let this, just kind of like my candle, just kind of cure for a week or two, whatever. But like she had the nerve to look up all of my private information and she like because like only she was allowed to date other people while they were married, and now that they were divorced she filed for divorce, but she still did not want him to be able to date anybody. He didn't tell me how she was until like he was like, oh, you want to be friends on Facebook? And then she saw me and I guess I stood out. Yeah, the only black friend or whatever. Like, I don't, yeah. But yeah, next thing I know, she's looking me up like nobody's business, going on the website that I taught and like printing out all of the bad stars. But if you've been listening, you're already like a lot of the new students who ranked me badly, like literally one of those students came up to me one day in class and he told me he didn't like my class and he didn't like me because I was actually teaching and I expected them to learn or expected something out of them. And I've had several students. I remember the one, like, I've told this example a few times, but it's still the highlight of the 7 years at this school. This, like, she's like the sweetest, like, I don't know, like, she loves cute things. I love cute things. So, but I remember she came up to my desk the second, I think it was the second or third week of class. I think it was the second week. And she was like, "Professor, this is like, I've learned more in this class than I have in an entire semester in majority of my classes here." And I thought she was kidding. I started laughing. I was like, "Oh my gosh, whatever." And it got quiet. It got scary quiet. Honeys, when I say it got scary quiet, I mean it got so quiet. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Now I feel like I'm in a scary movie. Like, what? Oh, and that's another funny thing too. Cause I was going to like the cheer, like I thought like my now ex, Mr. Spider, I thought, maybe he needs to be cheered up because he did seem a little down lately. But, I didn't want to infringe because he's told me kind of like he doesn't like that, like he needs a space, like, and stuff like that. So, but I was going to offer to take him to a movie. This, like, so, and I know Scary Movie comes out this weekend, and then, oh, He-Man comes out. I think it comes out this weekend or in a couple weeks or whatever. But there's like 3 or 4 movies that I thought, it's not like Project Project Hail Mary or whatever, but I thought, maybe, a movie will help him, like because yeah, he says he complained that he only watched movies with his ex, but then, like, and I know I have a disability and it's harder to figure out things, but I was saving, like, I've been looking at tennis wheelchairs or athletic wheelchairs so that I could play tennis. And, like, if you didn't know, like, I don't know if you've played before, but yeah, I've been trying to find different ways and different things for us to spend time together and trying to find things that were accessible together. And now I don't have to think about him. And now I think the summer is just going to be a girl, do what you do, focus on these goals, finish that novel, and get those candles up and ready. I am so excited for for the first scent I made and created. And it's really sad because there was one, like, I was going to surprise him. There was one scent where, like, throughout our relationship, he would tell me about things he liked and loved, and or that he liked the smell or something. And so, but yeah, now I'm like, yeah, I probably won't do that one anymore. And if I do, I'll tweak it and change it to the point where I will never think of him with it. But yeah, it's just if you're gonna break up with somebody, it's like, maybe first even have a discussion of if we ever have issues in our relationship, or if one of us feels like we need a break, how would you want to handle it? Or if one of us needs to, break up, whatever, how would you, like, have that type of communication? Especially, and I don't want to keep saying especially, but yes, especially if someone has a disability and stuff, especially a walking disability or a disability to the point where they're not able to just leave immediately or whatever. That's not fair. It's not fair. And I've been working so hard on this business, and it's like there's equipment that I'm getting from my physical therapy. Like, so it's like I had a list, but then at the same time, I'm out of time, but yeah, technically, he saved me a lot of money. He did. You'll see. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman. I am of color. And I am handy capable, but most importantly, I am human and you're human too.